Hey everybody, welcome back to another new video, and we are still looking through the pre-update APK, and we are gonna look at the new uniforms coming next week. New uniforms for the original three characters: Captain America, Black Widow and Iron Man. So I did not go through their skills in the previous video. If you guys haven't checked out the previous video, go and check out the first look video and also about Sharon Rogers, how powerful she has become. Now into the new uniforms. So Captain America, I will start off with Captain America. The difference is, like, I'll just switch to the end game uniform, okay? And within these skills you can see a lot of text in these. Look at that: all defense, invincibility, immunity to all damage and to the enemies. A lot of text on these attacks with the end game uniform, okay? And now when we switch back to this new one, the 3099 version, and we go back into the skills, there it is. There's not much text at all. I mean, there is no buffs or anything that can do anything to the enemies, any kind of damage. That's kind of disappointing because this will be affecting when we are gonna take this guy into action, this uniform into action, okay? So this is the only skill that has some text in it, that's increasing the attack by 5% and immunity to all damage for 4 seconds. That's all about in that. So what I'm gonna do is, this is a test server, so I don't know what the potential of the characters actually is. We have the CTP of energy and all, but we'll just check out with the end game uniform and see how different it is, okay? We'll just go into the world boss. We'll go into Proxima Midnight, level 35. Just use Coulson as a supporter, and then for the leadership beast, just testing him out, okay? So no strikers, okay? Alright, so let's see in a minute how much damage the end game Captain America can do. Alright, let's start the match. Shifting to Captain America. Alright guys, so I just fast forwarded that bit and we are down to 9 balls. In a minute we got like 9 bars left to finish up this matchup. Now let's just try out with the 3099 uniform. Alright, here we go with the new uniform, and no strikers this time. I'm not gonna fast forward this one. Now talking about this uniform, we just have iframes on only 2 skills, that's on the 3rd and the 5th skill. Rest of the skills does not have any iframe. And let's just check out what the damage output is. Shifting to Captain America. Okay, I made a bit of a mess out there. Okay, looking pretty good, but nothing compared to the end game uniform. That's the 5th skill. 5th skill takes a lot of time to finish up. The 3rd skill is also good. It has an iframe in it. Oh, look at that. The survivability is so less because less number of skills with iframes. Let's use the 3rd skill and let's just use the tier 3. Okay, the proc also came in. I don't know what to say guys, this is not so great. It's a free uniform, but still I expected a little bit more. We are into a minute and look at that, already the HP is low. Wow, okay, that was disappointing guys. I mean, the HP was not, without the iframes, his survivability was so low, and that skills too, it did not do enough damage guys. So comparing to the end game uniform, using the end game uniform, I think we were having only 9 bars left after a minute. Now we are having 11.5 bars left in this one, so I don't think this is much of an upgrade. This is not enough. Sticking to the end game is better, but On the plus side, this uniform is free, so there's not, we don't spend anything on getting this uniform. You can just use it for the looks. This uniform looks really crazy, I know. So that's about Captain America. Now let's just get into Iron Man. And this is Iron Man's new uniform, and having 5 skill changes. And looking into the skills, nothing much on that. Nothing much on that. Those are just damage skills. Guard against 6 hits on the third skill, and pretty much that. And the fifth skill is having an increase of all attacks and 100% chance for immunity. So what we are missing out here is there is no heal in this uniform. And if you guys know how good the end game uniform is, we have a heal on that, which is good for Iron Man's survivability. Check that out, 30% recovery of max HP, and we have a lot of text on all these skills. I mean, there is not much text on these new uniforms. So we'll just shift into the end game uniform for Iron Man and check out what the damage is in this test server. Okay, we are using Ancient One as a leader, and then Coulson along with Iron Man, the end game uniform, guys. And as you guys know, the end game uniform is a totally crazy uniform with a lot of damage, and plus that survivability, the heal which comes in the fourth skill. So without the heal on this new uniform, the 3099, I don't think it's going to be matching up against this end game uniform, because it's an epic uniform. The end game uniform, the snap and everything is so good. So this Iron Man is equipped with the CDP of Rage, and that'll be making a lot of difference in this matchup. Here we go, we have procced. We have the tier 3 skill unlocked, and let's just use that. Alright guys, so 1 minute is over and we have like 13 bars left of Black Dwarf. Now let's just shift into the new uniform and see how the damage output is from that. So with this uniform, there's iframes on 3 of the skills, that's 2, 3 and 4. We have iframes on these 3 skills, that's all we have, and the first and the fifth skill does not have any iframe, but we have some effect on the fifth skill, increasing all attack and all. So we'll just check this out in the world boss. And here we go, we'll just start him with the fifth skill. It's a long skill, and finish off. We have a damage block on that fifth skill, The third skill is not an iframe, second skill is an iframe, but the damage output is so low. That is so low, guys. The damage output is so low. I'll just use the tier 3 skill now. Wow. This is Iron Man with a CDP of Rage, and this is so bad. The damage is so less. We're just using the tier 3 skill before that minute ends. Wow. So that's 1 minute and just, I don't know, 2 bars just down, 15 bars left to go. So just like the Captain America's uniform, we have 2 bars more with this uniform. With the end game uniform of Iron Man, it was like 13 bars down when 1 minute was over of Black Dwarf. So I mean, this is so bad. The damage is so less. It's only the looks at the moment right now, guys. I mean, uniforms look pretty cool, but I don't see anything good in the damage skill and everything. So Iron Man and Captain America, just okay uniforms. Now for the final one, Black Widow. Now on the Black Widow uniform, these are the skills: lightning damage, shock damage every 1 second, dodge rate increase, and that's physical attack, 40% shock damage, and again 40% shock damage with a paralyze. Pretty much basic kind of attacks. We have 3 lightning dealing skills. And then talking about the endgame uniform, comparing it with the endgame uniform, we have just 2 lightning skills with the endgame uniform, guys, and the rest are physical attacks. Okay, the effects on these skills and the new uniform, they look almost the same. We have a immunity on this one, so we will just use this uniform in the World Boss Ultimate first, and let's see what the damage output is. We'll go against Proxima. We'll put Coulson for the support. And now for the leadership, we'll go with Hyperion. Increase of all attacks because she does both lightning and physical damage. We'll just use this leadership. Okay guys, here we go. Shifting to Black Widow. So that's the result in a minute. 13 bars left, 13 and a half bars left of Proxima. Now we'll go back and equip the new uniform and check out the damage output from that. Here we go. Now, well, the endgame uniform has 3 iframes in her skills. Now in this new uniform, we only have iframes on the 4th and the 5th skill. Both are lightning damage skills, and the 4th one is a semi iframe skill because you can use it for the half time and then change it to directly to the 5th skill. Now the 5th skill is a full on skill. You gotta use it completely to get that damage. Okay, now we'll just test her out. Same Proxima Midnight. Now talking about Black Widow, she's a character who has less survivability because HP is low and there's no heal and all, but with the help of a supporter, maybe you guys can go on with her. Let's just see what this uniform's output is. The iframes are less, just 2 skills with iframe, the 4th and the 5th skill. Use the 3rd followed by the 4th and then the 5th. That 5th didn't drop in. The 5th one is a long skill. Look at that, that's a long skill. But I think the damage is pretty good. The damage looks pretty good. Not bad. This is not bad, guys. I mean, the damage is really good in this uniform. And oh, that's a bummer. I mean, guys, in a minute with the endgame uniform we had like 13 and a half bars left, but this is less than a minute and we are into the 13 bars, and the rotation was not correct, but the skill has some damage. Uniform is better compared to the Captain America and Iron Man uniforms. I think this has a lot of potential. Maybe we have to put this uniform into test, guys. So this is pretty good, not bad. So these futuristic uniforms all look really good, and all Captain America's and Iron Man's are not so great. We just checked that out. We will stick on with the endgame uniforms of Captain America and Iron Man, but Black Widow, I think that uniform is good. It's a good one to try out, guys. So that's all about the uniforms for these 3 characters. More content will be coming up. We only have the Warriors of the Sky characters left, and also about tier 3 of Crescent. Be sure to subscribe to this channel to get more video notifications, and until next time, guys, take care.